Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game. So, Taken, if you're wondering what Rio is doing in Super Smash Bros., that is because I'm taking a look at a brand new ROM hack that just recently got updated, came out a few weeks ago as of the recording of this video, Smash Remix Project Galleon, or Galleon, depending on how you want to pronounce it. This is basically a remix of Smash Remix, and even though the dev team is completely different, and they do make it well known that they're not the same people, I absolutely love just how absurd this thing is. I mean, who wouldn't want to play Street Fighter characters in Super Smash Brothers? And just recently, obviously, you've been seeing a lot of movement on Smash in general with the Super Smash Brothers PC port from the decomp, as well as obviously Smash Remix and now Project Galleon. So suddenly in 2026, the original Smash Brothers is every bit as big as it was back in the day, and maybe even bigger, and I absolutely love that. There's going to be brand new arenas here, brand new characters, and even if I'm going with Mad Piano from the original remix, just because it is so absurd for some of the footage, I absolutely love this new version of Remix, and it really is something I think you guys should check out. Before I get too far involved though, do me a huge favor down below, hit like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, we got a Patreon link down below as well. So Project Galleon just basically decided we're going to remix with a bunch of new things, and you're absolutely going to love it. Additionally, some of the CPU AI has been improved compared to Remix, at least from the developer's notes, so you might actually have a better time playing against the CPU. And even though Smash Remix and the original Smash as well as Project Galleon is way better with friends in the room, if all you have is yourself and you don't have any friends that play fighting games like I do, it's about as good as you're going to get until we get some rollback netcode into some of the actual Smash ROM hacks. And honestly, I'm sure that will happen soon, and I'm definitely going to be 100% there for it. Now you see here in the character select screen, there's going to be so many new characters, some of the original roster, some from Remix, as well as some that are specifically for Project Galleon, including Shovel Knight and Spider-Man. I think that is pretty hilarious. Although I will say, having played this game a bunch before, but not this ROM hack, some of the new characters do have a bit of a learning curve. Like Shovel Knight here, took me a second to understand the moveset, because he has a dash move that I kept running off the edge of the screen with. But seeing Green Hill's Zone, seeing Shovel Knight fight against Sonic, absolutely 10 out of 10 hilarious. That's what I mean when I just say, this is my absolute first match with Shovel Knight, so I was just learning the moveset. And a lot of times when I do cover these sort of ROM hacks, I like to go in blind to get my first impression on actual video versus spending hours with the game to try to get quote-unquote good at it, and then from there finding out what it is I know. Because you'll see again, Shovel Knight has an absolute tendency to just absolutely fall off the edge of the arena. His movement is definitely going to be something that feels new, unique, and different, but in a good way and a fun way, and definitely a character that you can kind of bear down with or dig into, pun incredibly much intended, to kind of learn throughout the game. And that really is the fun part about something like this. You get more of a good thing. You have the original Smash Remix, and now Galleon that kind of give you just the best of both worlds. But honestly, don't fault me too much for the Shovel Knight gameplay here, because again, learning any sort of character in a fighting game, especially a new one you've never seen before, that has a different type of moveset, can always be difficult. Now going against Conquer here with Mad Piano again, I do like how the AI has been adjusted in Project Galleon. It feels a little bit more competitive, a little bit less stupid, because that really is the thing about the original Smash Brothers AI. Some of the characters could do absolutely dumbass things, including just basically running off the edge of the course themselves. Well, I can't fault them too much for that, because obviously I've been doing that a few times too. So you're just going to get a more competitive version of the game, and that is really fun. But the reality of this thing is it is a bigger than 64 megabyte ROM now, so running it is going to take a little bit of actual practice to get it going. I use Rosalie's Mupen GUI because I found that ran it perfectly. On real hardware, you might need to have a flash card that will actually go above the 64 megabyte limit. I know there's at least one of those out there, and I've yet to test this on Mr. FPJ just because I've had a very busy week, so even getting to stuff this week has been a little bit of a chore for me. But I will definitely ask someone to check it out. I will leave it in the description down below. But let's go into the first of two soundtrack samples, because of course some incredible music here and some music you wouldn't expect, and I'll come back and show you more of the new characters and more of the new stages. But enjoy the music because it's good. And just so you know, I'm not using every single new character in Project Galleon just because I want you to understand that this is basically a ROM hack of a ROM hack, and what was there for Remix is going to be here in Project Galleon as well. So kind of think of it as a greatest hits version of a greatest hits version of a greatest hit on N64 game. That's a lot of greatest, but it makes sense if you kind of think about it. If you think about it too much, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But Smash Brothers has always been such a fun game, and Remix is definitely my preferred way to play, although I have been getting a decent amount of time in with the PC port recently as well. And I do hope in the future both Remix as well as Project Galleon can come over to a PC port, because even though it does have new code compared to something like the base ROM that the PC port is based on, it could definitely be done if the developers want to take a look at it. It isn't a guarantee or a promise whatsoever, it is just the reality that it could work, and it's something that I absolutely would love to see in the future. But honestly, this just has so much fun and so much life to it, and so many hilarious vibes. And that's why Smash Brothers, whatever game you play, is still the perfect game night game if you have friends around that actually like playing fighting games. Just because it really is pure chaos from start to finish, and it really does feel like whatever happens in a Smash bout is half up to random happenstance, and half up to your skill set, and half up to your opponent. Yes, I understand that adds up to 150%, but of course you can do over 100% damage in Smash Brothers, so it really was a math pun dad joke style thing I was able to tuck into the video. And who wouldn't want to fight a sea of Spider-Man, or Spider-Man-I? I don't know what the plural of a Spider-Man is, you leave a comment down below, as Shovel Knight in Smash Remix Project Galleon. It really is just pure chaos in the purest and best forms, and that's why I definitely was excited to talk about this one, but it took me a minute to get to it. But then when I saw they actually updated it after a few weeks, I knew that was my inroad to talk about it. If you have played this one, leave me your comments down below and tell me what you think, because I would be curious. But really, I just love how much the original game still gets love from the community. There's so many incredible ROM hacks out there. Smash Remix updates are absolutely coveted when they come out, and now we have even more. And I know a ton of people are playing the PC port currently as well, really hoping that these things actually come in. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But Smash Brothers is just one of those games. I remember it coming out on N64. I remember the ridiculous commercials they had on TV back in the day, and I picked this game up I think the week it came out, and played the ever-loving hell out of it with my friends, and still to this day I have nostalgic memories of this game, just remembering when life was super simple. All we really did was go to school and hang out on summer vacations playing video games, and trust me, Smash Brothers got a metric ton of playtime. And today, obviously, I have a lot more things going on the channel, regular stuff, regular life as well, so I can't go back to the 90s when it was just a big 2-liter Mountain Dew and an N64 in front of you, but it really is about as close as you can possibly get. Let's do one more soundtrack sample, because again, the music and remix, and by extension Project Galleon, is straight up so much fun and different than what you would get in the original Smash Brothers. But don't forget, the original mode is going to be in here as well with all the original levels. So go ahead and listen, I'll be right back to tell you how to play this game today if you want to. I mean, honestly, everything about Project Galleon is just a fun thing, and because it's based on Smash Remix with new characters and new stages, you're just getting more of a good thing. Now, if you want to play this one, the link to the patch is actually on the developer's YouTube page, which I have linked down in the description below, so go ahead over to their video, tell them VGE sent you, give them a subscription, that way you know you're supporting the community, and you'll find the link there. Because as opposed to copying it over and making it quote-unquote easier for you, I want to send you to the development team so you can watch the trailer and see some of the things I didn't cover, because honestly, if I showed you every new feature and every new character in this video, we'd be talking like 45 minutes to an hour. That is how big Project Galleon is, and that's why you definitely need to check it out. You owe it to yourself to play a fun new Smash over the 3-day holiday weekend. At least if you're in the US, you have extra time, so you have extra time for extra fun. And it really is just stuff like this that makes me so happy, watching the community make new ROM hacks to give people even more fun with games they know, love, and remember from back in the day. And leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite Smash ROM hack is. I'm sure it's going to be remixes across the board, but maybe there's one out there I've never heard of before. But short of that, I'm going to attempt to beat Rio, but actually just end up dashing off the stage to my own death. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.